Here behind me, I have Old Town best selling kayak. Let me show you why. Look at this, guys. Look at this. This is none other than the 120 PDL by Old Town. This kayak has been around for many years with a different name. 2019 was when it was first launched as the Top Water 120 PDL. Amazing kayak. Always loved the kayak. I caught a really nice tuna of that 120 PDL. Oh sure, a few days after surgery, more like a month after I have my surgery to remove my appendix. That was a crazy amazing experience. I'm gonna link it below because that video, you should watch it. It's very nice. All right, so here is the 120 PDL from the Sportsman line. Why did Old Town change up the name and all this stuff? Well, they wanted to have a line of premium fishing kayaks and that cover anything from PDL drive to paddle to power. The autopilot, my favorite kayak of all times, is part of that line, and they added things to it like a better seat. The Top Water 120, the seat wasn't the best. This one is far better. They added premium padding, and they also added cool things like power pole fittings right here. And we're gonna use this later to put a motor on this boat. Not just any motor, but a 3 horsepower motor, because I want to see how that motor does on this boat. Hey guys, this video is made possible by the best Amped Outdoors lithium batteries. Simply the best battery you could buy with your money. It's 2023. It's time that you upgrade your super heavy lead acid battery. Get an Amped Outdoors lithium batteries. Look, this is 36 volts, 68 hour. It's waterproof. Yeah, you could put this thing underwater. I mean, don't leave it there, but you could literally splash it, you know, and it'll be fine. And guess what? Amped Outdoors have been in the business for a long time. They have super great prices, really good quality, and super real warranty. Like if you have a problem with the batteries, just reach out to them. They'll help you out. There's a new lithium battery company out there. Like every single day, you find an ad for a new one. I wouldn't trust them. I would go with Amped Outdoors lithium batteries because they've been around for a long time and they want to take care of you. So, you know, be careful what you do when you buy a lithium battery. Choose the best. But enough talk about the history and let's talk about the boat itself. Why is this boat so popular? I mean, Old Town sells a lot of kayaks. And I was at the shop with David the other day and I wanted to do like a head-to-head kayak versus kayak, and with the 120 and another kayak, and by the time I was ready to do that video, the 120 PDL was sold. All right guys, I want to take you from bow to stern and show you everything that this boat has to offer. Right here you see a drain plug and a handle. Inside this handle there is quarter-inch, not quarter, but there is inserts there, and also a screw like you could remove. I ended up removing this and putting a plate there and putting a trolley motor here without having to screw anything into this boat. So you could add a bow mounted trolley motor there if you want. Now this drain plug right here, I mean, I like it that it's there for what I just said, but to drain water I don't think it's the best. Although maybe it could be, because it's almost there at the end, so you could definitely flip this boat and take all that water out. Maybe I'll show you that after I finish this video. Maybe I'll just flip it over and take the water out and see what's up. Now here you have a hatch. I'm not a big fan of hatches, as you know, but this hatch, see, it has a little water there from the day that we flipped it. But this hatch, man, I don't know what Old Town did, but this thing is very sealed. Little water gets in even when you flip this boat multiple times. So that's some epic stuff, and that is nice to store things inside, but I'd rather just have it flat. Old Town is not gonna do that ever. They're not gonna have a flat design because this is part of their design language. They love to do that. So even the autopilots have a little hatch in the front. They need it, but they have it. The drive, we're gonna talk about the drive more later because it's important that we dedicate a little portion of this video to the drive. But you see that there has a transducer hole, and underneath is the hole for the transducer where the cavity is protected. I'm gonna show you some B-roll clip of that, but it's protected, so if you hit a rock or something, it's not going to destroy your transducer, and it's quite large. You should measure it and measure your transducer to see if it's going to fit in there. Now if we keep going forward, you see you got some scupper holes right there because water does get in this deck and it needs to drain out. Over here you see those lines, like if you want to stage some rods in there because you're going through the mangroves or vegetation, it's cool to have that, but it doesn't have like horizontal rod holders like other boats have. Now this track right here, very long, 18 inches, is plastic. You could replace it. Ketch offer aluminum tracks which are really nice. If you want the metal one, you could just replace it. This pocket is right here, they're nice, but I wish they were quite bigger. Like, why can't this just go all the way over here, and then you could put a decent size plain old tackle box in there. Now I guess they did that because, or they didn't do it because you have storage here. You could store things in here, and it's you know, it's closed. And also underneath the seat, if you can see there, you could also put in your tackle boxes, or even below the seat. So this giant hole is here for a reason, is to allow you to take the drive off easy. You don't have to go through any hoops to just remove the drive. And let's face it, you buy this boat because you're gonna be using the drive. So just having an issue with water coming in, I don't think it's an issue at all. Like, if you have an issue with that, then just get a different boat. But let's keep talking about the boat itself. Right here you have nice handles on each side, which is very strong. I love handles in the middle of kayaks because I could just put this thing on the bed of my truck and put a strap through it, and I have nothing to worry about. The seat is on this rail system, which I think it needs some updating, man. First of all, you need to hold both of them at the same time to move the seat forward and back. And when you get home or you are on the water and you want to remove it, you know, you have to use both. Dude, I think we need a better system for this. But anyways, they're never gonna change that. I'm just talking here before talking, I guess, because they're never gonna change that. Now that seat is very comfortable. I fish off that seat for hours and hours and hours, and I have zero complaint about it. I have fished from other kayak seats and I could feel something afterwards, and for some reason the Old Town seats, I have nothing to complain about. Something that you can see here, and let me just remove the seat right here. So if you look here, you see it has this little spot right here where maybe you could put a tackle tray on the back. Remember, it's gonna get wet, so whatever you put in there, make sure it's waterproof. And then here in the front, you got that nice premium padding. It's really nice to stand up in there, especially if you're barefoot, and do some casting, do some fishing. That's very nice. So moving forward, you have the rudder control right here. This thing just works. Had it strapped down. Let me remove this. So let's say you want to bring that rudder down after you're on the water, you just pull this, and of course it's not gonna work right now. Oh, it's working. Boom, because it's too much to the side. So luckily, if you're on the water, logically you will like move the rudder to the middle. And the thing is that this boat right now is on an edge, so gravity, but with the rudder in the middle it's easy. Yeah, it's not gonna work here, guys, because this thing is tilted, and it's not gonna work. So this works amazingly once you're on the water. You could bring it up or down, and if the rudder is not aligned, you could just align it with the rudder and bring it down, up or down. So, you know, let's see if I could do it quick here. Yeah, no, it moves. Oh, I know what to do. And we could cover that right now. See, this thing is, see, it's on an edge, right? So why not use the built-in tensioner here to just hold this thing in the middle so it doesn't move. And now we could use this. Ooh, this is perfect. This is like the perfect example for that. See, now the rudder is not doing that anymore. You could bring it all the way down, or you could bring it up and it's still in the middle, and you could do it really fast. Oh, this is crazy. You see, that thing is perfect. This little tensioning knob right here, it keeps the rudder from doing this. That's crazy. You just saw it works. You just saw it. I tied it down and I was able to bring the rudder up and down. Crazy stuff. Whew. And we're gonna talk more about the rudder later, but let's talk about this Aliex hatch right here. Again, the same waterproofness. And yeah, why do I need a hatch behind my seat? Well, you could simply put a battery in there, like an amazing amp outdoors lithium batteries, and save yourself 5% by using coupon code Aliex5. And also support the channel if you want to do that. To power your fish finder, you could do through hole fitting, so put connection through there and just come through here, through the side, and just power your fish finder or camera or whatever you want to power. So it's really nice to have a hatch already built in, a premium hatch that allows little water to get in and that you could trust. Super nice. And also it creates kind of like a space right here to put your lunch cooler, your little tiny cooler for lunch, you know. Now moving back, you can see that you have 1, 2, 3 flush mounted rod holders, and these rod holders are looking the right way. So if you put a rod there, they're kind of spread out, which allows you not to get the rods tangled, which is that's really nice. The autopilot, that's one of the beefs that I have with it. When you put rods in there like that, they tangle, the lines tangle when you have two running on the water. Now if you look here, the tank well, this tank well is humongous. You could put any size cooler, well, not any size, but you could put some decent size cooler in here. You could put the biggest black pack, and you still have space to put another tiny cooler bag or things like that. And moving back here, you got the power pole fittings right there to put motors, to put power pole, whatever. Now if you look at this, look at the design of this rudder. It has a built-in handle. This is very nice, man. If you don't want to use this rudder here, you could always use the built-in. I forgot to mention, you also have paddle keeper here, the rudder controller only on the left, and that's how the boat looks. Very impressive. Let's go ahead and drain the water out first of all, and then just talk about the bottom hole. This is why this boat is so stable. Look at this. That WU hole is one of the most stable there is. It's a wide boat. You're looking at 36 inches wide and you're looking at 12 feet long, but look at that, man. So wide. It's kind of like a whole, kind of like a cat boat, dude. This thing is super stable, way more stable than the Pro Anglers 12 and 14 and the Outback. This is one of the most stable kayaks you could find. And talking about that transducer, look at that. Look at that cavity right here. You could literally put any size transducer. That thing is huge. Look at that. Look at that, man. Could probably go all the way here. Anyways, do your research before you buy a giant transducer for your boat. Like, make sure that it actually works. But the idea is that you would like put the adapter here, and then the transducer will be all the way here. You have some cable to work with going out up the boat, but then it's gonna be protected because this is how it looks. And I have ants eating me already. See, kind of like in that giant cavity right there to protect it. So the boat total weight capacity is 500 pounds, but usable capacity is only 384 pounds. You know what that means? That part of that 500-pound capacity takes into account the drive, the seat, and a bunch of other stuff that they use to make the boat, even the weight of the boat itself, because usable is only 384 pounds. Now when you're talking about fully assembled weight, that includes the drive and of course the seat, you're talking about 116 pounds. That's very heavy. But if you put yourself one of these amazing Yak Attack kayak carts, have nothing to worry about the weight, because this thing becomes weightless with that cart. I even flipped it over with the strap and the cart is still on. Like, that's beautiful right there. So you could take some weight off the boat, and then now it becomes what? Gonna have me doing some math all the time. So 25 minus 116, calculator, 91 pounds. So the total weight of the boat with nothing on it, I should say, yeah, the total naked weight is basically 91 pounds. That is very heavy.